Where am I gonna look? Hello, everyone! Yay! I'm gonna have to try to look into the camera, but I'm not always remembering about it, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, so here I am. I'm going a bit crazy in a way. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, so yeah, I'm here in the now. I'm just here in the now improvising. But anyway, the thing is, I wanted to sing a song that just came to me in the bathroom not long ago. So I'm going to sing that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try to sing it the way I got it, but then I'll probably improvise from that first bit because I just got the main bit, put it like that. I mean, I got a couple of lines that belonged together, but I didn't keep on improvising, so I didn't expand the song, but I might do that here. We'll see. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna just sing what I got anyway. Okay. You can be messy, but still magical. You can be messy, but still magical. That's what I got. I mean, it was that you can be messy and still magical. I got that song. The way I just sang it, I think I got those two different parts of the melody, like two parts. Well, one repetition of the first one. But anyway, yeah, you can be messy, but still magical. You can be messy, but still magical. Woohoo! You can be messy, but still magical. And I'm just improvising more now, yay! You can be messy, but still magical. You can be messy, but still magical. You can be messy, but still magical just as you are. Yay! Just like you are. You can just be yourself and be messy if you are. Maybe you're a kind of a messy person in a way, or at least you can create mess in your life sometimes, maybe, like I can easily. So, you can be messy in that way, but you can be messy in many ways, and you can just be some kind of a messy individual in a way, or at least find yourself to be a bit messy and feel like you don't have control over your life and stuff like that. Maybe you just feel like you have a lot of mess or chaos going on in your life, but it doesn't matter because you can still be magical. Yay! Yay, you can still be magical. You are magical. We are all magical. Yay! It is a miracle that we are all here, and every one of us who are real living souls, we are each a miracle, and we are all an expression of God's source, and we are here to express God's source. We are divinity, we are divine as a soul, and God's source lives and expresses himself through us all. Yes, 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 yes. I'm sitting here in a quite dark room, by the way. I've only got a light over there, a little kitchen light over the sink, in that area around the sink. And then I've got the light coming from my web camera here on the computer that I'm using. And I've got a little candlelight next to me. I'll pick it up and show it to you. You can see it. Oops, let me see. Have to be a bit careful so I don't have any accidents here. But yeah, here is the candlelight. You can't see it as well as I can see it on the screen. I mean, it looks different on the screen than in reality. It looks better in reality, but it is a nice candlelight anyway. I just wanted to have some more light next to me. But then when I got the filming going here, well, not exactly, but when I put on the web camera, it turned out that it was quite a lot of light coming from the web camera, so I didn't really need to have that extra candlelight, but it's nice and cozy with that anyway. And I really like lighting a candlelight or many candlelights in the evening. And lately, I've often several candlelights on. I mean, lit for a while in the evening. um, and without having an electrical sorry lights on. Yeah, so often lately I've just turned out turned off the electrical lights after a certain time, and then I've put on some candlelights. I've lit some candlelights. Sorry, I've lit some candles. I'm saying it wrongly sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm not always talking perfect English. I'm supposed to say candles. Yeah. I've lit some candles sometimes, but that has created candlelight. Yeah. Anyway, I think you all understand what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's important that we are remembering that we are magical and we can be magical and we can be very, very unique and special. And someone can find us attractive, someone can find us magical, even if it's not many people. At least there can be someone special, that finds us magical or special or something like that. And if only one individual in the whole world finds you to be very special and maybe has fallen in love with you and loves you, that's enough, because you only need one like that. By the way, it's 101 now. That's nice. That's a cool number. It's 0101. 1 1. Because it's 1 o'clock after 1 o'clock. No, it's 1 minute after 1 o'clock. Yay. In the middle of the night. So, yeah, it's not a good time for being up. I shouldn't be up after midnight, and I should be in bed a long time before midnight, ideally. But I've ended up being delayed, you could say. And we have ended up with having the situation that I've got now, and I'm going with it now, and this energy I'm in. And I just had the idea of recording that improvisation song I just made in the bathroom. You can be messy, but still magical. You can be messy, but still magical. At least those lines I sang, I believe. Yeah, I sang it at least twice, those words about being messy, but still being magical, the way I remember it. But yeah, I was singing this thing, these improvisation things, and um, yeah, I wanted to record them, but the thing is, I've got an issue going on with my mobile phone where I'm normally recording things. Uh, it's so filled up, that phone, that I'm struggling, and I have to keep on emptying it of films and different things to make room for new things there. But the thing is, I've got so much of stuff in there, so much of stuff that I haven't taken away from there. Um, well, the thing is, I need to transfer some things so that I can delete things on my phone. But anyway, I've got so many things there that I haven't taken away yet that I need to take away soon, that I just have to keep on taking away some of the latest things I've filmed or recorded on an audio, so that I can get room for more stuff on that phone. But anyway, it's not much room there right now. So I was just thinking I could just record the improvisation here instead. And I thought I could just make a little video. I thought it doesn't have to be a half an hour video. And I'm on my way to bed. I've just brushed my teeth not long ago, so I really should go to bed soon. So, I don't have to be sitting here talking for half an hour like is like it is possible to do. I don't have to do what's possible. I can just do what I want to right now. And I need to go to bed very soon because I need my sleep and I am delayed. I'm not at the ideal time. You know what I mean? I'm not at the time ideally I should be in bed by. I'm not at that time. um Sorry, I'm messing it up, I'm feeling. But I can be messy and still magical. Yay! Yay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just trying to say something here about the timing situation here. So, I'm not at that time, like 10 o'clock in the evening, where it would have been a good time to go to bed or be in bed by. Ideally, I should be in bed by 10 o'clock, in my view. But yeah, I haven't done that tonight. But I did actually manage to be in bed by 10 o'clock on Sunday evening for the first time in a very, very long time. And I couldn't even remember when I last had gone to bed that early. So that was a big step forward for me. And then the next evening, I was in bed at 10 o'clock. So I did really well 2 evenings in a row. And then the night after that, which was the last night before this night, then I messed things up for myself again. Things got messy for me. I got delayed by different things. And I didn't manage to be very strict with myself. I got caught up in things and things like that. So I went to bed in the middle of the night when it was very late, so it was a bit like tonight, but tonight is still earlier than that time because it was, yeah, even later than this time when I was in bed the last night. Anyway, here I'm just chatting away, and what am I doing? Woo! Wow, I'm just being here in the now, and I'm just being me, and I'm just shining my light. Yay! I'm here to shine. I'm here to be me. I'm here to be free. And I'm here to sometimes make YouTube videos like this one, so I'm doing that. I'm here to do lots of different things, but one of the things is to just be me. Well, that's one of the main things, really. Yeah, and that's really you could say the main thing, at least one of the main things of how to say it. I mean, that's one of the main ways you can say it. What one of my main tasks here to do is, to just be me, because I'm not here to be anyone else, and I'm here to be me and be free as me. We're all here to be ourselves and be the soul that we are and live freely as who we are and be divine and human at the same time, because we are a divine soul. We are divine as souls, but we have a human body, and God's source lives through us and is having a human experience through us. Yeah, that's the way it is. That's one thing I believe in. Yeah. Why am I looking at my hair? Sometimes I want to look at my hair and it's like I'm looking into a mirror, you see. I'm sorry, I forget to look into the camera, straight into the camera sometimes. I'll try to do better with that. I'll try to remember it more often. Yay. But I want to look down to see how I'm looking, you see, because it's a bit like a mirror, but it's also to check on how it's going with my recording and where my head is and things like that. But anyway, so yeah, here I am, making another spontaneous video in the now. I really like being in the now, by the way. Oh, it's 107. Yoo-hoo! That's really nice because 107, that's the same as 17. And 17 is my favorite number because when you have a zero, it's like nothing, So there's the zero before the oh 01. No, I mean, before the 1 in oh 01, you can take away. And the zero before the 7 in the oh 07, you can take that zero away as well. So that means it's 1 7, which is 17, So when it's oh 07, 7 minutes past 1, like we've got now, it's the same as the number 17. Oh, it's just turned 1 8. 8 minutes past 1 at night. I'm in Norway, by the way, if someone didn't know that. But I talk a lot of English because I'm used to talking English because I've lived many years in England. Yes, in England, where we were told that Boris Johnson was the prime minister when I lived there for for a lot of the time. And while I was living there over the last years, I lived in England. I started learning about clones and things like that. And one of the things I started believing in after a while was that the one on the television at the time, this is just a few years ago, um, that was being portrayed as Boris Johnson. Now, that was a clone, and I still believe that a lot of people in powerful positions in this world, from the last years, a lot of those people that have been in a powerful position over the last years, I believe they are clones. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying a lot of them, I believe, are clones or have been clones. Anyway, I've just reminded again this necklace that I was reminded also some minutes ago. Here you can see, I can show it to you. Look at this. It says love. Yeah, I'll show it a bit more. Yeah, I got this necklace this last day that we've had now. It was a gift for me. And I think it's very nice. Yeah, I like it. It's very nice, and it was very perfect. I mean, it was very fitting and suitable for me because I'm a loving woman who shares love with people and with the world, and I'm about that. That's one of the things. That's the main thing for me. That I want to share love with the world around me. I want to share love with the whole cosmos. I want to share love with everyone. I want to share love, basically, in cosmos, which is everything, uh, basically. And the way I see it is that God's source encompasses the cosmos. So God's source is the biggest thing for me, and we are all an expression of God's source, which is a consciousness in my view, and you could also say it's a power. But anyway, yeah, we are all like an expression of God's source. I mean, when we're living souls, when we're not clones, yeah. Robots and clones and things like that, they aren't an expression of God's source, and they are created by human beings. Yeah, it's not good. Uh, but I'll give you an example of someone who is not a clone, and that is President Trump. He's not a clone. No, no, no. And I know something else about him, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to tell that right now. Maybe I'll make a separate video where I'm explaining a view I've got about President Trump and who he is. Just trying to adjust the camera. Sorry, there's a bit of a mess going on that way sometimes. Anyway, I'm messy, but I'm still magical. Yay! I'm not living my life perfectly all the time, and I'm not making a perfect video all the time. I'm not having the camera position perfectly all the time. There's a lot of stuff that can be viewed upon as a messy thing, and my hair can be messy. Let me create some mess on purpose. Let me be a bit crazy here. Woo! Anyway, the point is that, our life can be messy, or we can feel like we are a messy individual and stuff like that, but we can still be magical. And we are basically magical because we are creating the magic of being us, of being ourselves. I am a magical individual because I'm creating the magic of being me, and only I can create that. So it's something magical. And I was just reminded something. One time many years ago, wow, this is such a nice memory. One time many years ago, I was studying dance in the city of Tromsø in the north of Norway. It was an extra education I did to add on to my education that I had already, where I had a teacher's education, and I had also worked as a teacher for a while. And I had some extra education on top of being a teacher, like a basic teacher, put it like that. And then I wanted to take even more extra education because I was trying to get to a higher level to become a higher level teacher, some kind of a special kind of teacher where you got a different title in the Norwegian system. So it's a bit like, when you're trying to become a professor, but it's not as high as becoming a professor. So it's between being a basic teacher or an ordinary teacher and then a professor. It's somewhere between there. That's what I was aiming at, you see. So I was studying dance, and then in the middle of this, we had this assignment, me and my classmates, one time, where we all had to have some kind of a performance for the rest of the class. We had to prepare some things, and we all had to have a performance. In a, I think we basically had to explain about some things, but we had to tell about a historical individual, the way I remember it. But it was something like that anyway, where we had to learn about some things on our own. We had to study some things on our own and learn about things on our own. And then we had to have a presentation in front of the rest of the class. And I think the point was that we were just going to stand there sharing things and talking away. But anyway, I was, in my case, I was having a lot of bright ideas, a lot of great ideas that came to me while I was preparing for my particular show or performance. And it was really cool, everything. And I believe God's source was inspiring me and giving me lots of ideas, lots of creative ideas. And I was creative and I was making this, wow, this very interesting and unique and very special performance in my view. And it was also entailing a poem. I'm just remembering more and more as I'm telling this story, by the way, but I wasn't going to tell you all this, but now it comes out here in the now. So I'm just going with the flow and the now. But yeah, so I was, for example, making a poem, but my assignment in particular, anyway, what I was focusing on to do with my assignment, it was to share about Isadora Duncan, which is a famous dancer. Yeah, she was basically one of the leaders or creators, you could say, of modern dance. She was one of those, what you call them, entrepreneurs or something like that, people going ahead in front of others and leading the way for others. She was leading the way when it came to modern dance. And before that, it was normal that women, they were having these corsets. I think you call them corsets in English, corset in Norwegian. But anyway, they were having these things that were, being tight around their chest area and their lungs and their waist, and it was making it harder for them to breathe because it was, like that, like hugging their body, but in a way where it was making it harder for them to breathe, and they couldn't breathe as freely, I don't think. I mean, as normally with those corsets on. So that wasn't good and it wasn't healthy. And I don't think it's common for people, I don't, not many anyway, to wear those things today. But anyway, so that's one of the things that happened before Isadora Duncan was dancing in her own way. But she was anyway a very interesting lady to learn about, who was not dancing with a corset, and she was dancing really freely and with flowing clothes. And I was deciding on this unique thing. I had this idea when I was preparing my show or performance for my classmates, that I was going to act as if I was Isadora Duncan. I wasn't just going to stand there and have a little lecture or, storytelling or something like that and explain, yeah, Isadora Duncan, she did this and that, and she lived there and there, and she behaved like this, and she did all these things. I wasn't going to tell a story like that or have a performance with just me talking as if I was having a lecture, because I was thinking to myself of another way of doing it. Because I mean, I got this other idea. I got this very creative idea that I could act as if I was her, and then I could put my classmates into what do you call it? Yeah, basically into some kind of a live show. I mean, I could make them be a part of the whole role play that I was creating, that I was planning. So I decided I was going to pretend to be Isadora Duncan. And I think the setup that I made was that I was going to be her having some kind of a lecture or something like that. So I was going to explain about things to do with dance in this role play that I made. And I told my fellow students that they were now going to be listening to me um, as if I was Isadora Duncan. I mean, they were going to be in the role of the students or listeners of Isadora Duncan, something like that. I was telling them, I can't remember all the details now, but it was something like that. And then I started talking to them when I was ready to start my performance. I think I just, explained to them what roles they were having. I just gave a little introduction first, I think, but then I started the whole thing, my own show, you could say. Sorry, I'm not always looking straight into the camera. I can't always remember about it. I mean, I don't always remember about it. Sorry, but yeah. So I was then having this act, and I was pretending to be Isadora Duncan. I was having this role play, and I was wearing this really nice outfit with a nice white, loose, flowy blouse from Selfridge in the UK. I bought it there. I mean, the outfit, but it had a skirt with it, which was a nice flowy skirt, and they were both off white. It was a set, you see, with a skirt and a blouse. They were belonging together, and it was all nice and flowy, really nice. And it was almost like a bride, actually. But anyway, I was having this off-white outfit that was nice and flowing, good to dance in, and good to act in, good to act like Isadora Duncan in. And then I was, yeah, I was talking to them as if I was telling them things, and I was in the role of Isadora Duncan. this time when this happened, and I was in front of my fellow classmates, and we also had at least one teacher there, university teacher there, that was going to assess what I was doing. And uh, and anyway, I was chatting along, and I might even have asked them some questions, or got them to ask me questions, or let them ask me questions in my role. But anyway, I did this role play, and I was in my role. I was acting as if I was Isadora Duncan. I was totally in the role, I remember, and I was just acting and having fun with it all. But not only that, and this I'm coming to now is what I was going to tell you, which I was reminded of. What happened in the end of my performance was that I actually danced in front of my classmates, because I was wanting that to be a part of the show, and for my show to end with that. So I told them in my role, I'm going to dance for you now, or something like that. Then I went to the back area of the whole big room we were in, and that was behind where all the students I was studying with at the time, my classmates, where they were sat, and they had to all move around. I mean, they all had to turn around so that they were faced the other direction than they were originally, because I was going to dance in front of them in the end of the room we were in. And I did that, and I just danced freely and pretended and imagined that I was Isadora Duncan. And I danced freely with all these free modern dance movements, because I'd been told about her. I've been studying her, and I'd found out about her, and I knew that she was someone who was dancing freely with free movements. And um, yeah, how can I put it? It was a modern dance that was free, where it wasn't that you had to follow certain steps or something like that. But I was just dancing freely as if I was her anyway. I was pretending to be her, and I was imagining to be her. I mean, I was imagining that I was her, and I was having fun with it. But it was all just an improvisation dance. I was just improvising on the spur of the moment. I was just improvising and dancing in a way that I thought she could have danced in a way that seemed to be fitting with what I learned about her, Isadora Duncan. So I was just dancing around freely in a creative way, improvising there and then in the heat of the moment. I hope you're understanding all this. And I guess you are. At least I think you're getting my main points here. But it was really nice and a very nice, fun experience. But I was just totally into it. I was in my role as Isadora Duncan. I was imagining I was her, and I was, getting really engaged in this role. And I was just dancing away in this role, having this show for my fellow classmates that also were studying dance in Tromsø with me. And there was at least one teacher there with us, a university teacher, like I said. Yeah, and I just kept on dancing. And I can't remember how long it was for, but it could have been just about 5 minutes, some of that. But anyway, it was some minutes of dancing. And I think it was a lot of like, as if I was flying, big skips, and I was turning around different things. But it was a lot of just, just flowing, and very smooth in a way. It was a lot of creative dancing anyway. I was just being creative and dancing freely in some kind of a modern way, inspired by what I'd learned about Isadora Duncan, and imagining that I was her, right? So it was the way it was, yeah? I think you're understanding me. But anyway, that's what it was. And then after it had all happened, oh, by the way, I ended in this very special way. I ended the dance in a very dramatic way, where I just kind of laid myself, kind of fell down on the floor as if I died. And it was just really dramatic and special and unique. And it was fun to do it. But it was all in the spur of the moment. I was just improvising. I was just making it in the now. We have to be in the now, you see. Yeah, I did it in the now. And it was some kind of like falling over, like me falling over down to the floor. And it just ended lying there as if I was dead in the end. And then I just laid still for a while. And then everyone was clapping for me. And then I got lots of nice words afterwards. And one of my classmates actually said to me that it was magical. Yeah. He thought, either he thought that my whole performance was magical, or that my ending was magical. I think he said he thought my ending was magical, but at least something about it was magical. But I think he thought the whole thing was magical. Anyway, it was someone who thought that I'd danced in a magical way, so it was really nice. But anyway, I have to go very soon. Anyway, remember, you can be messy but still magical. Yay! create the miracle of being you and the magic of being you. Bye. See you. Take care. Bye. Love from me. Bye.